Hi, I'm here with Brad Lichtenstein. Brad, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm really good. And what a privilege to include your chapter. When I was putting together this textbook, I was absolutely certain that we had to have a chapter devoted to mind-body connection, and you're absolutely the perfect person for it. Tell me,
Thank you.
how did naturopathy find you originally?
Um, I've been always interested in complementary health. I was always interested in different ways of healing and mind-body medicine specifically when my mom took me to my first yoga class in the basement of my synagogue in McKeesport, Pennsylvania when I was 7 years old.
Wow.
But how I found naturopathic medicine was I was planning on going to University of Chicago for an MD PhD program. And I went there and I looked at it. I sat in the parking lot for like 4 hours and said, I can't do this. And I had an acupuncturist in Pittsburgh. My mom found one. And she said, there's this Bastyr place in Seattle. And so I had to go to the library back then in the early, it was 1990, and go on microfiche and find this. And I was always interested in diet and nutrition as well, because in college, I ended up in the hospital 3 times one semester because I was a vegetarian and I only ate dairy. And I didn't know I was allergic to dairy. And no one over all those years, no one told me that.
Yeah.
So I read some books and found out about that. And then I heard about Bastyr, and it just naturally all started to come together.
Mm. And I mean, you're not a typical naturopath in the sense that you're very, very specialized in breath work and meditation and all the counseling aspects of it. And I mean, you've lectured at Bastia for how long now?
25 years.
But what a privilege for them to have you, as a lecturer. But how did you know that the mind-body connection was really more where your calling was and where your heart was?
Well, I thought it was before I even went into naturopathic medicine, because what was interesting to me is how can we heal without needing to do anything?
Mm.
I am a naturopath. At the heart, I think diet and nutrition is so important. But as I said, my mom taught me to yoga classes, and I learned more about meditation. I saw a therapist when I was 16, and he told me I was a Taoist, and I had no idea what that was. So I started reading.
Mm.
And I just realized that how we approach our lives is fundamental, because that impacts every decision in our lives.
Mm.
So the fundamental question I ask every single patient, it's only one question I think I'm asking, is how do you want to live no matter what happens?
Mm.
So from there, our choices in diet and exercise and all of those things will follow. But it's really, how do we want to embrace this life? And that involves mind-body medicine. That talks about meaning and purpose and connection and breath and all of it. So when I started my career, I was doing a lot of HIV care. And that was in the early 90s, when we didn't have some of the medications that we did today, where most of my patients, or a lot of my patients, got very ill and many of them died. And as a naturopath, it wasn't just the diet and nutrition that helped with minimizing side effects. It was really about, how are you living with this diagnosis? How are you living with this? And that was what was so important. And that shaped my entire naturopathic career, those early experiences, because it told me we always have something we can do to offer someone by sitting and learning to be present to them. And that's the essence of mind-body medicine. It's not about fixing things. It's about being a guide on this journey.
Look, I mean, I think it's so profoundly important as a component of education and ongoing education for clinicians. And I believe that you offer online courses and meditation and breathwork courses. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because that way you can connect to more people so that they can really, encompass this in their practice.
Exactly. For me, it is really about connecting to more people. I've been doing one-on-one care since I started as well. But I want to reach more people, because I think that it's really not about needing to go see a doctor to fix something. It's about learning how to connect with ourselves and listen to ourselves. So I've been doing Zoom meditation, Zoom and Instagram Live meditations on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 o'clock on Pacific Standard Time. And I'm also doing courses for people who want to learn about biofeedback. I'm doing biofeedback training, online courses that they can find on my website. And I'm also going to be teaching online courses on how to use breathwork as a therapeutic modality for practitioners as well as for individuals. How can we just do breathwork together to heal our lives?
Beautiful, beautiful. What an amazing contribution. Where to for you from here now? Where do you think things are going to evolve?
That's a great question, because I have been at Bastyr for 25 years and I've been doing one-on-one care. I really want to do more writing, more getting, connecting with people in more groups. That's what I'm really passionate about. Just disseminating information and helping educate people to make more informed decisions for themselves, to help heal communities and the world, basically.
And the world needs it right now. It really does. It really does. Look, it's such a privilege for me to include your chapter, and I'm so grateful for everything that you contributed, and I know that it's going to make a huge difference internationally. So thank you.
And I'm grateful for you for putting this together. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Brad. Really look forward to seeing it all come together. Thank you.
Thank you.